I bought a 3-bedroom condo in Chicago for $333,000. Here's what buying in today's market is really like. My name is Alicia. I recently bought a new condo and moved in with my son.
What made you want to buy a home?
So before purchasing this condo, I actually rented for 10 years. I think in my mind, I was waiting on life to kind of happen for me, but it wasn't necessary. I'm not waiting on life. Life is too short.
How did you meet Lateefah?
I knew I needed an expert, and that's where Lateefah came in. Lateefah was my real estate agent and realtor, a member of the National Association of Realtors. When I met Lateefah, it was literally because I went online and clicked a request a search link. I'm like, I just want to see this condo, and if I love it, I'll figure it out.
How did Lateefah's expertise help you get to the next step?
What I love about Lateefah and our relationship is she really met me where I was. Even when we met for the first time, she's like, okay, Alicia, you're looking for this property, so how much are you pre-approved for? I was like, pre-approved? We don't know anything about that. So she took the time to educate me. She really wanted to make sure that I was clear and comfortable moving forward. So working with Lateefah was invaluable because of the wealth of information provided, especially for a first-time buyer like me.
How did you know this building was right for you?
So this is where I was when I decided that this was the condo that was absolutely positively for me. I saw this amazing view and I'm like, okay, great, let's go to the next one. But we got locked out. And I think that that was literally the universe telling me to stop and really just live in this space.
How did Lateefah help you make your initial offer?
I didn't realize that so much went into an offer because I'm like, hey, let's offer $1. She's like, no, Alicia, you don't want to offend the sellers. We want to make sure that we're coming in at a reasonable rate. She's like, I'm looking at the comps, I'm looking at the market, I'm looking at the interest rates. And even with that, there were so many things that I had never heard of before that came up in my process. I freaked out a few times, I must admit.
What happened that you'd never heard of?
We had an appraisal that came in $28,000 under the amount that we signed for. I had no idea what the outcome of that would be because from my understanding, whatever the amount that you're appraised for, that's what the banks will lend you. Now you can still purchase, but you've got to come up with that additional funds in cash. I think the hardest part was the waiting, the fear of the unknown. It's like, okay, Alicia, you've already invested emotionally in this condo. What happens when they say, hey, you're gonna have to pay $28,000 extra for it? Lateefah was always there to bring me down, to give me reassurance, and to keep my eye on the prize. This is actually where all of the hurdles began for me. We're in a 5-unit condo building. So unwarrantable. This had to be explained to me by Lateefah because it was something that I had never heard of before. What unwarrantable means to a buyer is basically that they require more equity down. So because one unit was behind their homeowner association fees, this entire building was considered a risk for lenders.
How did Lateefah help you navigate that?
So even when there were doubts in my mind, just the way that Lateefah works, I knew that she was working magic behind the scenes. Just being able to negotiate and get that extra $28,000 savings. One thing that Lateefah told me that gave me confidence to move forward was, Alicia, interest rates will vary and you can always refinance.
How does it feel to be a homeowner?
Buying this condo was an investment in myself. I just feel like a superwoman. You can't go through all of those hurdles and not come out of it feeling more resilient, more powerful, more like anything is possible. You've got to believe in yourself and in the process. Purchasing this condo was probably the most empowering thing that I've done ever in life. I just am so appreciative that I had someone on my team who really helped me navigate it. As hard as this process was, it was 100% worth it. I'd do it again in a heartbeat.